Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
And coming up tonight on the news, another nice magic moment to share with you tonight. Plus, we're going to visit some NICU babies at Bryan. Santa was there. But first, we're going to tell you what the governor has to say about a treatment for COVID-19 patients. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. Megan Conway has the night off. We're going to have more on what that treatment is that the governor was talking about in just a minute. But first, he really stressed today that people get their COVID vaccinations.
Everybody needs to remember that this is going to be with us forever. The virus is never going away. The flu virus doesn't go away. We have new shots every year for the flu virus. The COVID virus is going to be with us for a long, long time. So we're going to have to manage this. And the best defense we have against that COVID virus is making sure we get the vaccine.
This morning, Nebraska had 523 hospitalizations statewide, about 150 less than the peak this year. The Omaha area seeing the largest spike. Now, on top of the vaccine, the governor singing the praises of monoclonal antibody treatments. He's calling it, quote, a modern miracle.
We are now giving on average about 1,400 monoclonal antibody infusions per week. Last time we spoke, it was about 300.
Yeah, as you heard the governor say, the virus, in his opinion, is not going away, and they have to find ways to live with it right now. Again, Nebraska is issuing around 1,400 antibody treatments a week statewide. So what exactly is this therapy, the monoclonal antibody treatment for COVID-19? Channel 8's Alexis Skineski got more information and joins us now with the story.
Health officials say first and foremost, the vaccine is your #1 tool to prevent COVID-19, but there are some other options to help you fight the virus if you get it. The monoclonal antibody treatment right here at CHI Health, St. Elizabeth.
For every 15 people who receive monoclonal antibody therapy, we prevent at least one death or hospitalization or emergency room visit. So just at St. Elizabeth, we've provided over 1,000 therapies. So that's at least 65 people that we have prevented an emergency room visit, possibly death.
Doctors have seen a steady flow over the last year of patients coming through St. Elizabeth looking for monoclonal antibody treatment.
We've had a lot more patients, in the last couple of months than we did when therapy was first offered.
The treatment is done through an IV in your arm. The therapy is to reduce the amount of virus in your body once you've tested positive and prevents COVID from progressing. The treatment is for people who are not hospitalized with COVID but are considered high risk, or for those who believe they have been exposed, vaccinated or not. You must have a doctor's note in order to receive the treatment that takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes.
So the important thing, since you're going to be using this medicine to boost your own immune system, is to start it as soon as you are diagnosed with COVID or are concerned that you have COVID symptoms.
Bryan Health also says their clinic has been going nonstop since they opened on September 8th. As of last week, over 1,300 doses of these antibodies have been administered. But drug makers like Regeneron recently warned that laboratory testing suggests their therapies will be much less potent against the infectious Omicron variant. While companies say they can develop new antibodies that target a variant specifically, that launch could take several months, but CHI Health continues to modify and adapt.
We've already changed some of the monoclonal antibody therapies from when COVID-19 was first discovered. So we've had changes in the variants. There's some newer monoclonals that are more effective against the Delta variant.
Once again, health officials are stressing the vaccine is your best and strongest tool against the virus. Reporting in Lincoln, Alexis Skineski, Channel 8 News.
And a COVID ICU nurse at Nebraska Medicine is speaking out about the trauma of watching COVID patients die.
There have been days where I come home and I literally, I can't do anything. I feel like I can't move because it's so hard. And there was a day where I feel like, I really truly hit my breaking point.
Haley Size says a few weeks ago, in 4 days, they had 7 patients die of COVID. She says she constantly feels mentally and physically exhausted. She's hoping by sharing her message, people will get vaccinated so that nurses are not overwhelmed during the holidays. Conservative Senator Joe Manchin firing back at the White House tonight as we cover national news. He says President Biden's staff can't just pressure him into backing the Build Back Better bill. Of course, this all comes after he voted no on it. Here's ABC's M. Nguyen.
Centrist Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia blaming White House staff for tanking negotiations on President Joe Biden's Build Back Better bill. Manchin on West Virginia Metro News Radio.
They figure, surely to God we can move one person. Surely we can badger and beat one person up. Surely we can get enough protesters to make that person uncomfortable enough. They'll just say, okay, I'll vote for anything, just quit.
Manchin, though, making it clear the president is not at fault.
It's not the president, it's the staff. And they drove some things and they put some things out that were absolutely inexcusable.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki hitting back.
We're ready to move forward and get this done and work like hell to do that.
This comes after Manchin's unexpected announcement on Fox News Sunday.
This is a no on this legislation.
The White House calling his decision sudden and inexplicable. Sources telling ABC Biden felt blindsided and that he personally approved every word of the White House's scathing statement. Manchin's decision sparking outrage with many Democrats who support the historic investments the bill would have made in climate action, health and child care, free pre-K and prescription drugs. They say this is why they wanted to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the larger social spending plan in tandem. Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley on CNN.
He has continued to move the goalpost. He has never negotiated in good faith, and he is obstructing the president's agenda.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is holding out hope that Manchin will continue to negotiate in the new year, saying Democrats will never give up the fight to get the legislation on the president's desk. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Now more on those 17 missionaries who were held hostage in Haiti by an armed gang. They are safely back in the U.S. tonight. And earlier today, officials releasing more details of their ordeal.
Day began to dawn and they eventually found someone who helped them make a phone call for help. They were finally free.
According to a spokesperson for the missionaries, they were fed but often hungry and were not given enough clean drinking water. They also developed sores on their bodies because of contaminated bathing water. They were allowed to pray daily and they were allowed outside. While they were held captive, they were not physically hurt. And again, they are back safe and sound in the U.S. tonight. Let's check in now with your first forecast. Chief Meteorologist John Dishauer is standing by, and not a bad way, I guess, to start off the work week, John.
No, lots of sunshine around the area today. Now, it was a little bit on the cool side. We've only made it up to 36 degrees this afternoon, but the day goes into the books above normal, mainly because the low temperatures only down to 24 with 7 degrees above normal. So this incredibly warm month continues on. After the cooler weekend, we're now running 8.2 degrees above normal per day. And you can see we've got some sunshine. Well, at least the sun just set about 7 minutes ago, which, oh, by the way, we add 1 minute of daylight tomorrow. So, hey, that's some good news with winter officially beginning tomorrow morning at 9:59 in the morning. So set your clocks, get the confetti ready. Temperatures, those of you that like winter, temperatures right now sitting in the upper 20s to low 30s around the area. So we are starting to cool off. A little bit of a wind, not like what we had earlier today, where we had winds gusting 35 miles per hour. But that's giving us a wind chill right now where it makes it feel like it's in the teens around southeast Nebraska. For the rest of this evening, clear skies quickly falling to 26 degrees by 6, 23 degrees by 8, and 20 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. We do have a cold night or chilly night coming our way tonight, but there is some improvements coming our way, especially if you like warmer weather. We'll take a closer look at my Storm Alert Team forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John. We have another magic moment for you tonight. The Schweitzer family received some special visits today. Magic Moments is presented by Union Bank, and we're grateful to help give these families a special experience. Stuart and Betsy Schweitzer and their 5 children. They've had many hurdles, especially for 5-year-old Benson. He had several health issues when he was younger. He had some hearing loss and a speech delay. And then back in May of this year, he was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. His mom, Betsy, was overwhelmed with emotions when she saw the gifts that were brought in today.
Overwhelmed, but it's like this, but grateful. Like, I feel, I don't know. We chose to have children knowing full well that like one could get sick, something could be wrong. So I feel very undeserving, but grateful. All 5 of them deserve it.
Some of the gifts the family received were season tickets to the Lincoln Zoo and a year's membership to the Lincoln Children's Museum. Benson got a weighted blanket and several other gifts. His favorite might be the Mickey Mouse toy right there that he received. Santa Claus made a special appearance in the NICU at Bryan Health here in Lincoln. He visited more than 20 of its tiniest patients and their families to help spread some holiday cheer. Santa's visit is an annual tradition in the NICU at Bryan Health. He is fully vaccinated and followed enhanced safety protocols. He checked his list twice and confirmed all patients he met with are on the nice list. And that includes little Zelie Martin. She was born November 7th, 10 weeks early. And this tradition means so much to her mom, Bryn.
It's definitely tough, but it's great because it's a memory that she'll be able to have.
Zelie and her mom are from Palisade, Nebraska. It's a small town about 90 miles south of North Platte.
It's awesome because we'll get to have those pictures, and I'm the only one get to be with her here in Lincoln. We live 4 hours away, so it's just me here. So I'll get to send them to her grandparents, her aunts, family, her dad who's working, and be able to get to look back on those pictures and still realize how special it was.
Babies can be in the NICU for weeks or even months at a time, and families often spend long periods apart. The holidays can be a particularly difficult time for them, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, with enhanced safety measures to keep their most vulnerable patients safe.
Well, Santa gets to see the spirit of Christmas every year. To see the babes, to see the moms and dads, it is what Christmas is all about. And when we were not able to do it last year, that's hard on Santa, it's hard on mom and dad, and it's just fantastic to be back out again. So I welcome that opportunity.
The neonatal intensive care unit at Bryan Health opened back in 2008, and the team there has cared for nearly 500 babies and their families this year alone. Isn't that nice? A lot of little cuties there. Bryn, by the way, is hoping she and Zelie will be able to come home right around Christmas. She said it's day by day, so they hope by later this week they'll get to go home. Coming up, we're going to have the latest on the trial of former Minnesota police officer who shot and killed someone. The jury deliberates as we speak.
Toyotathon is on with great year-end deals on your favorite
We now go to Minnesota. A jury is deliberating as we speak in the trial of former police officer Kim Potter. You might remember she fatally shot Dante Wright thinking her gun was her taser. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
The fate of Kim Potter, the former Brooklyn Center police officer who shot and killed Dante Wright during a traffic stop in April, now in the hands of a jury. The panel hearing closing arguments from both sides, the prosecution leaning into Kim Potter's own emotional testimony, saying she should be remorseful and that her actions were rash and reckless. Kim Potter pleading not guilty to first and second degree manslaughter, saying she meant to pull her taser instead of her gun.
She chose to pull the trigger. She chose to fire. She chose to disregard her training and to disregard the cautions and the warnings and the risks.
Potter was training a rookie police officer when they pulled over Wright's vehicle for an expired tag and an air freshener hanging from the young father's rearview mirror. It's a violation under Minnesota law. The traffic stop then turning chaotic when the two officers tried to arrest Wright for an outstanding warrant for a misdemeanor weapons violation.
I shot him!
The defense arguing the shooting was a mistake and that Potter's use of force was justified because one of the officers was at risk of being dragged by Wright's car.
In the courtroom, you must presume innocence, that my client is innocent.
Carrying a badge and a gun is not a license to kill.
With the body camera footage as the key evidence in this case, jurors must now decide whether it shows a mistake under stress or Potter displaying culpable negligence.
Dante Wright's parents will have an empty seat at their table this holiday season because the defendant shot and killed him.
Now, if convicted of both first and second degree manslaughter charges, Kim Potter could spend up to 11 years in prison, though prosecutors have said they plan to push for stronger sentences. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Minneapolis.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Hey, in case you missed this over the weekend, I wanted to recap and give you an update on the number of tornadoes that we ended up having from last Wednesday on December 15th. The statewide count is now up to 26, which is remarkable considering for the prior 70 years, we'd only had 5 tornadoes combined in the month of December. So we quintupled that as we went through the course of just Wednesday alone. Now the newest track, or at least one of the stronger tracks around the state, actually occurred here west of Lincoln. Seward, Saline, and Lancaster counties seeing this tornado track. And I've got the green map turned on so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like at the surface because we're going to walk along this track. But it was an EF2 tornado, 118 mile per hour winds, and traveled nearly 24 miles, starting just to the west of Crete, just to the east of Dorchester, down towards County Road 1600, just to the southwest of State Road 33. It then tracked further to the north, just clipping portions of Seward County, and then passing over Van Dorn Road out to the south and east of Pleasantdale, kept moving off to the north and east. You can see it going over the train tracks there, and then continuing on to the north and east over I-80, over the southeast side of Pawnee Lake, then crossing back over onto land and continuing to track off to the north and east before eventually turning a little bit more to the east or to the right, and then eventually lifting as you got close to the Highway 34 and Highway 79 interchange, and also out towards State Road 55M as it kept moving off to the north and east again, and then lifting. This storm did have a tornado warning on it, and I suspect it could be one of the reasons why we saw such strong winds at the airport of a 93 mile per hour wind gust, because that track actually took it not far from the northwest corner of the airport grounds. Temperature-wise today, no tornadoes to deal with, just lots of sunshine, a bit cooler, making it feel a little more festive outside because it's feeling a little more winter-like. 28 degrees is our current temperature after the day, reaching 36 in Lincoln, 29 in Beatrice, it's 28 in Friend, and same story in York. There's just a little bit of a wind, not like the stronger gusts we had this morning with some gusts to 35 miles per hour in Lincoln. Wind chill values right now sitting in the upper teens to feeling like it's right around 20 degrees in Friend, Beatrice, as well as Unadilla. You can see just a couple of clouds overhead. As we showed you off the top, there's just a couple of small clouds out there right now. Skies are going to clear tonight and temperatures are going to drop. We'll eventually drop down in the middle to upper teens by morning. A fairly light wind, initially out of the north, shifting around to the south, 3 to 8 miles per hour. Now, tomorrow morning, I think we'll see partly cloudy skies. We'll have another cold front coming through the area, probably mid-morning. As it does so, winds will turn around out of the northwest. And even with the cold front coming, we are going to see temperatures tomorrow just a little bit warmer. In fact, we'll see highs getting back up into the middle 40s, so about 10 degrees warmer than today. But winds will begin to pick up as we go through the day, especially towards the afternoon, as they'll begin to shift around to the north. And you'll notice that's when we get some gusts by noon, 30-mile-per-hour gusts possible, maybe even a little higher than that. That'll continue on through late afternoon, and then as we head towards the evening, those winds will begin to back down. 7-day forecast. We keep warming. Wednesday up to 49 degrees, low 50s around here on Thursday. Right now, Christmas Eve looks to be on the warm side as well, with a high temperature of 52 degrees. Turning a little bit cooler on Christmas, but still well above normal, with a high of 46. Second half of the weekend, not looking too bad either, with highs in the 40s. Another cold front comes through. That'll bring some cooler air in for the beginning of next week. And right now, it looks like it could linger on through the end of December. However, we would have to go into the tank to get this month anywhere back to near normal. Again, temperatures running a little over 8 degrees above normal per day.
John, you mentioned it, obviously the number of tornadoes we had last Wednesday there, or was it last Thursday?
Last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. Unbelievable if you look back at the several decades, and we only had 5 total during the month of December.
Yeah, from 1950 to 2020, in the month of December, a total of 5. There were 3 back on December 2016, and there were 2 back in 1975. And yeah, we multiply that by 5, and that's what we ended up with last Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, John. It was not a good day on Wall Street today. The Dow falling 433 points. NASDAQ down nearly 189. Here's a closer look at your numbers. We'll be right back.
This week, the COVID threat rises again.
This is a big week for a lot of people. Of course, Christmas on Saturday. Some people getting some last-minute gifts. Others are going to planning on some traveling. And John, it looks like at this point everything should be running pretty smoothly.
Things are mostly okay across the country. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, I'm going to take a look at what some of the hubs you may be flying out of, either for Omaha or Lincoln, what you may be experiencing tomorrow throughout the day, and which areas may have some trouble spots, as well as we'll take a look at a national forecast as well for the next 2 days. Around here this evening, though, it's just going to be on the cool side. Temperatures in the 20s right now. Will keep dropping. There's just a little bit of a wind, so we have wind chills right now, feeling like it's in the teens across much of southeast Nebraska. For the rest of this evening, we'll keep clear skies. Temperatures keep slowly falling. 23 degrees by 8, 20 degrees by 10 o'clock. Tomorrow morning will be chilly, not even for some of you cold, with temperatures down into the teens by morning. But we've got temperatures coming tomorrow that will be 10 degrees warmer than today.
I know there's other people out there who want colder weather for Christmas and some snow. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're probably going to see a brown or green Christmas this year. All right. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for joining us. World News is coming up next. We'll see you at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you, right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.